My name is Frank Herrada, and I'm going to be talking about today um, with our branding of our own hotel. I chose the name to be Herrada International Feels Like Home. The basis of my presentation, it's the concept of a hotel that ventures out with the idea of aligning with people from different cultures and different cultural backgrounds from around the world, wanting to stay at a hotel that inspires innovation of where quality service and luxury can take you. So, the location and the target guests that I would be hoping to receive at my establishment would be more on a luxury side. It'd be a very respectable um, establishment and hotel with more of a kind of inclusive, however, luxury feel. The inspiration for the hotel, of course, as I mentioned, would be of a more cultural background and stated establishment where we have different sections of the hotel would be categorized from different places around the world. For instance, we have a section that would be inspired by Japan. We would have a section inspired by India. We'd have in a section inspired by somewhere like Mexico, and all of these different things would tie into kind of a unity of cultural backgrounds. And I feel that there aren't too many establishments that kind of take that approach and that take on luxury with mixing in culture. I feel a lot of the establishments that are current, that are the most popular, refrain from doing stuff like that just because they stick to more of the basic luxury investments and amenities. So this concept kind of came as a bit of a different something that would help make the business stand out as well. I provided, of course, my own logo and how the lobby of the establishment, how it would look. We used a bit more, of course, of the warm toned colors of luxury for the different rooms and for the lobby. However, for the rooms, the concept, of course, it'd be a little difficult to fully exemplify the different cultures of the rooms. But for instance, just as a short example, India would have something of a sort of rural, very warm toned. It would have a built in chai station where you can make yourself a fresh chai every morning. Japan would have a restroom that'd be inspired by Japan's great culture of outdoor spas. So it'd be more of an indoor spa section. However, it would be like a hot spring inspired section. And then, for just an example, for Mexico, it would be very culturally around its foods and the different meals that they enjoy in a traditional Mexico. So whether it be simple candies from Mexico or different confections as well, it would be something inspired from their culture and the colorfulness that you think of when you celebrate Mexico and their culture as well. The philosophy that we have around that hotel would be very much respecting culture, accepting culture, and bringing in the belief that culture just makes everybody more unified and aligned, and celebrating the different parts of the world, and possibly even getting to, whenever you visit us, you get to stay in a different part of the world. It almost would feel like. But then also, still, of course, reimagining how the public spaces could still be aligned with showing off culture, but still bringing in kind of that alignment of our current trend in where luxury hotels stand. The service standards would, of course, be non negotiable for me, would be a very, very, very strong aptitude to customer service and putting the guests first. I am a very big, strong believer that if you that the foundation of a strong business is as strong as what your team brings. If your team isn't bringing the standard and isn't bringing the exceptional um, cover for the cover of basis of what the training should be showing, then your team and your business is doomed to fall. It without your guests receiving exceptional services and receiving the type of services a luxury brand is supposed to bring for them, the establishment, I wouldn't believe, will last too long. The guest experience, so upon arrival, um, It would be very much about just providing, of course, all best services we could possibly do. So, an easy, quick thing for arrival would be if you booked online, you would be provided with a code that would waiver a free valet parking. And if you're someone that's still visiting the hotel for the first time and you end up booking a room, we do charge hourly. However, if you end up booking a room, we then waiver the price that you had to pay for the parking, and we provide compensation for that part. So, we do, of course, want to prioritize them experiencing our building for the first time, and it would be a garage that we would own. It would be privately owned, so it would be something that we can control the pricing for and who can park there. And if it is someone that's parking from the public, there would still be, of course, a price total that'd be tagged onto there. And when you would come in, there'd be a doorman employee, and they would show you to where we have our check-in area. So you could either check in with a front desk employee, or you can go to a kiosk area where we have a self check-in process area where you can just do it yourself if you don't feel that you want to speak to a front desk employee. We would have then one of our representatives, one of our employees, show you to where we have your room, and you can start doing your check-in process. After you check in, you would also be getting a code to where you receive your key card, and also you get to choose a free amenity within the establishment. So if you want a free drink, or if you want a free body care kit, you can also choose one of those ones, and they send it directly to your phone upon checking in. During the stay, of course, as I mentioned before, the layouts of different rooms would be different options of what you receive, depending on what section of the culture of the hotel you would like to stay in. We would, of course, have a outdoor pool with a bar that provides drinks and beverages and meals for everybody staying. It would be something, of course, more unified, a bit more on the neutral side, just so that everybody would be able to kind of enjoy the ambiance together. And then we would, of course, have amenities like gyms that would have the best quality equipment where people can, of course, you're staying at a hotel, you want to protect your mental health and enjoy your stay. But if you want to stay in shape and protect your physical health, we have that as well. For departure, it would be we would give them a reasonable time for checkout, which would be around 11 a.m. We would, of course, have the guests comfortably grab their items, start the process for departure. We would then have pass them down to our front desk employee for departure and checkout. If, of course, they don't want to deal with a front desk employee, if they prefer to do it mobile, they can also do it on mobile as well. And upon leaving, they would then also be receiving, a free confection of their choice and a voucher. We would receive, well, we would send over a message to them where if they fill out a survey, they would be able to receive a voucher for a discount on their next visit with us. So for execution on the operations, of course, we would have a great schedule. We would make sure that everything is scheduled appropriately. Our housekeeping to our front desk employees. So when we have the people at the door, we would have our security in the garages. So everyone would be, of course, scheduled accordingly. And we would do alignment chat-ins and have the leaders in the building chat in with everyone else on the team, make sure that everybody's aligned on business and any daily tasks that would need to be completed, and also inspections for the rooms, for garages, as well for the entrance and our front desk area to make sure that it's still a pleasant aesthetic when people come in. The business impact, so our best strategy, of course, would be trying to bring in revenue, and with that, it would be with our loyalty programs, and of course, designating the appropriate price to the appropriate room in more quality rooms. If you would prefer, of course, a higher quality service and a higher quality room, then of course appropriately pricing it from there with a reasonable ADR, hopefully of 450, and an occupancy of minimum 80%. And then our risk is going to be, of course, with every hotel not having people coming in and bringing in your revenue, and also just having a lack of team effort and a bad investment in your training. And if I would invest, I would within boundary. I know that if a hotel seems that it is going on the downfall, before I would get to the point of somewhere like bankruptcy, I would step away. But however, I would feel very confident that the hotel will do well as they are currently growing more than ever.